All right, Marfoogle News live in 3. All right, what is going on, guys? It is Adam, a.k.a. Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. We're going to get right into it. First of all, Department of Transportation might be forced to shut down some airspace next week, according to the government officials. Now, they're actually saying that they might actually have to shut down airspace because of the government shutdown. And one of my questions is this actually because of the government shutdown? Now, obviously, there is a huge ordeal here with understaffing. Many of the air traffic controllers are not getting paid. But at the same time, the same exact day, we had news that DC actually closed their airspace due to a threat. In fact, a big explosion threat. So what the heck is actually going on here? Again, they said the Department of Transportation might be forced, again, they're saying it may happen, might be forced to shut down the airspace in certain parts of the country. So they're already setting it up for you that if they close the airspace around the country in any random area, that it's because of the shutdown. It is not because of anything else, like, say, a threat to national security. It says, so if you bring us to a week from today, Democrats, you will see mass chaos, he said. You will see mass flight delays, you will see mass cancellations, and you may see us close certain parts of the airspace because we just cannot manage it because we don't have the air traffic controllers. So what the heck is actually happening here? Thank you guys for coming. Before we move on, I do want to remind you guys, make sure to go check out My Patriot Supply at marfooglenews.com/prep. If you do want to get yourself prepped, freeze-dried food is an incredible idea. This is our recommendation because of the price and affordability and how much you get for the bang for your buck. Go to marfooglenews.com/prep. And remember, you can get anywhere from a 72-hour kit for your go bag all the way to a huge, massively discounted 3-month supply. Again, that's marfooglenews.com/prep. You end up helping our channel at the same time as getting a massive discount and getting prepped at the same time. Freeze-dried food can be brought back to life by cooking in water, adding water, or cooking in sauce, and then boom, you've got most of the nutrients and most of the flavor you had even 25 years from now. All right, let's bring in my co-host/internet brother, Dex James. What is going on, and how are you doing today?
Well, hello, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam. I'm doing just fine.
So let's talk about Russia open to sending hypersonic missiles to Venezuela.
Yeah, Russia could provide its most advanced hypersonic missiles to Venezuela amid the frayed relations with the United States. The Kremlin claims the Orishnik missile is impossible to intercept and can carry conventional and nuclear warheads. Alexei Zuhurlovich, the deputy chairman of Russia's Parliamentary Defense Committee, warned that the Americans may be in for some surprises as he opened the door to a weapons transfer to Venezuela. I see no obstacles to supplying a friendly country with a new development such as the Orishnik, or let's say the well-proven caliber missile. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have nukes, but they certainly could use it with conventional warheads. And we've seen those hypersonics used in Ukraine. So that could be, a game changer if they put those in place and we actually see how they go, head to head with, say, the United States Navy or our ground forces if they actually go on the ground in Venezuela.
So you obviously have something here where we don't know exactly what is happening, but I will tell you this, if you go with your gut, you'll probably figure it out pretty quickly that things are not exactly what they're saying they are. Of course, now you have Russia saying that they're going to send hypersonic missiles. We have, of course, China even coming in and weighing in on Venezuela as well. We'll talk about that later. They say that our administration, has developed a range of options for military action in Venezuela, including direct attacks on military units that protect President Nicolas Maduro and moves to seize control of the country's oil fields. I mean, they're straight up putting it out there. I mean, you don't have to read between the lines, right? According to multiple U.S. officials, and mind you, the information that's being put out, it's either being put out on purpose, they're telling us this so we know this, or it is being leaked out by people that hate our president. President Trump has yet to make a decision about how or even whether to proceed. Officials said that he is reluctant to approve operations that may place American troops at risk or it could turn into an embarrassing failure. But many of his senior advisors are pressing for one of the most aggressive options, ousting Mr. Maduro from power. I mean, like, it's been super obvious since day one that this has not been about narco terror and saving our Walmart parking lots. This has been more about ousting Maduro. I mean, it's super obvious. Most people, they look at the headline and they go, oh, but that's the truth. The media is saying, no, it's not that, it's this. And then many people just believe it. It says Mr. Trump's aides have asked the Justice Department for additional guidance that could provide a legal basis. And you'll see this. This is a pattern across the board with Mexico, with, of course, Russia, with, of course, Venezuela. They always have the legal basis covered. That's something that we end up getting, put out there beforehand. They go, well, they're asking advisors and legal consultants what their options are about this country or this country. You'll see the same kind of thing. China's actually setting up their legal basis for taking Taiwan. They're actually going to the EU and coming up with some BS reason why they believe they should be able to take Taiwan legally. So you see these things happen right before. We covered that. Now we're at this point where the whole time all of us have been screaming that this is all about Maduro, Maduro. And now it is. I mean, it's like the people that wary on their own gut feelings, most of the time our gut is right.
Right.
It's a big deal. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they're trying to, the argument they're going to go for is if they can get Maduro labeled and his top security officials as central figures of the Cartel de los Soles. So if he can tie that connection, then they feel they have the opportunity with the Justice Department to say, well, if they're designated as part of that organization, that cartel, including Maduro, then they become legitimate targets.
Yeah, this whole thing seems like it's obviously what we thought. And we're going to talk about more about what is happening, including China even potentially backing this whole thing up. And again, thank you guys for joining us on our next show. If you're in the chat, just stay there. You'll be ported over. If you're having trouble staying awake, this is not a show you want to miss. Again, make sure to take a no-dose tonight because this is going to be a good show. Follow us. Stay there. If you're watching the replay, all you have to do to get to that next show is click here. Again, today was no mic. If you notice there's no mic there, we're testing something out new, so there's not a big old microphone blocking and taking the focus of the camera. So if you had positive things to say about the sound, negative things to say about the sound, please put them down below. How did it sound? Did it sound okay? All right, you guys, have a good day. We'll see you in just a minute over on Marfoogle TV. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out.